I wanted to take a break from my walking simulator righteous fire build, and I thought I'm gonna play a bit and see how it goes. But turns out it is actually very good. So this video is not gonna be a full build guide, but what I'm building besides the righteous fire build. And this is Bleed Poison Wander Gladiator using Kinetic Blast. And on paper it does have pretty terrible damage, but in reality it is very good. And I named my character Hulky Potter, but really I should have named it Gory Potter. Just look at those explosions. Well, actually this gore was caused by Carnage Heart Amulet. Anyway, so I wanted to do some kind of bleed build and to try out this Crimson Dance keystone. But I also wanted to play Wander because I haven't played Wander in like 3 years. And I'm not gonna pretend that I can make a very good build out of this, because I'm not used to playing Duelist or Wander, but I definitely see a potential. And I'm still leveling, so I have no idea how this will do in the endgame. Well, my endgame. My endgame is about red tier maps, and my items are nothing special. Blade Battle Helmet because it gives a lot of physical damage to attacks. I will not be using Abyssus, and Bringer of Rain does not fit at all. Belt of the Deceiver is very good because it gives physical damage which scales my bleed damage as well. And nearby enemies are intimidated, which gives a lot of damage boost, but I'm not always very close to enemies. So I may be replacing it later on. Cheap Tabla because I don't have any other 6-link armor. All my other items are very meh. Currently Kinetic Blast is linked with Chance to Bleed, GMP, Maim, Physical Projectile Attack Damage, and Deadly Ailments. Since I can only stack 8 bleeds, and I am focusing on bleed damage, I don't need attack speed, and I don't need to scale my hit damage. I do have barrage on falling, well, freeling because the 4th link is spears, but I almost never use it, so most likely I will just throw it away. Also I'm trying Val Power Siphon, but most likely I will just throw it away as well. Power Siphon is linked with Chance to Bleed, Chain, and Deadly Ailments. Chain does not lower ailment damage, not anymore. Also got Vulnerability Curse, Blood Rage, Flame Golem for more damage. Azira's Promise Phrase give me a bit more poison damage. By the way, single stack of bleed is like twice stronger than single stack of poison in my setup. But in the end the poison should catch up and even overtake the bleed damage. Still, my focus is bleed damage. Oh, my current 1 DPS is only 134. And I crafted this mod, attack projectiles return to you after hitting enemies. But I only did it to try it out. It's not really needed. Before that I was using Twizzle 1 up to like level 55. As a gladiator, of course, I first took this node. And after taking this node, I immediately started enjoying it. Clear speed is great. And because Kinetic Blast hits enemies many times in a big packs, it always applies probably the max stack of bleed. And also some poison stacks. Enemies die and they explode, killing other enemies that survive. Next I took Blood in the Eyes, which gives more chance to bleed, but I don't really need it because I already have overkill. But it also increases my hit and bleed damage. And from Merciless, I'm not really sure about this, but I took Outmatch and Outlast. It can replace Blood Rage and you will not drain your life, but I don't know. Against single target it is not useful, unless you somehow can maintain your frenzy charges. And if you ever played Kinetic Blast, you probably know that Kinetic Blast is terrible against single target. Unless you can lure bosses near the walls or other obstacles that can make Kinetic Blast explode and hit it multiple times. And no, Frostwall no longer works with that. If you are experienced with Wander builds, do you have any suggestions how to improve my single target DPS? I really don't want to use Barrage, and I don't really have any other 6 sockets that I could use. Unless I would carry extra Tabula Rasa with socketed gems with Barrage and swap it for single target, which is so troublesome. And in the end I would like to use 6-link Bell of the Beast. I did try plan other armors in Path of Building, but I couldn't get more damage. Well, I can get a bit more damage, but those other armors have their own drawbacks. I did try a Dendrobate armor, which gives more poison damage but has no life. And I did check Iriel's Fostering armor, which has more life, but Path of Building does not account for added physical damage while you have Bestial Minion. and that armor would fit better for critical builds. By the way, you could probably do a critical build out of this, but I'm not sure how to do it. All the items would probably be way more expensive, and it would be harder to get enough critical strike chance, I guess, or you would need to sacrifice something else. By the way, to get enough intelligence, I am using Fertile Mind. I may even need to use another one. My passive tree may look a bit messed up, but I couldn't find a better routing. I will try to clean it up once I level up more and get better items. Basically, I am getting all the bleed damage nodes, some poison, chance to poison on hit. Like I said, I have overkill, chance to bleed, but these nodes also give chance to poison, which is useful. I did pick up Iron Reflex, but I'm not sure about it. I may refund it later on. And then I'm just going near the Shadow passive skill tree. Most likely I will take extra 2 and frenzy charges, or maybe even all 3. By the way, for leveling 5th Torment, Ring was pretty useful, since I don't really have enough hit damage to leech from, so having life gain on hit is very useful, especially considering that I hit many times per second, but it's bad against single target. And by using it I lose a lot of life, and probably damage as well, and resistances. And after finishing Kitava fight, I replaced it with some rare rings, which I will still improve later on. Probably will be using steel rings. Yeah, I also was using Carnage Heart, as I said, and Witchfire Brew is not really useful, because I'm not close enough to enemies to apply that vulnerability curse. And that's pretty much all. If you got any ideas how to improve this build, let me know in the comments below. And don't worry, I will finish my Righteous Fire build as well, and even later on turn it into either cast when damage taken or cast when stun build. It is high regen build after all. If you haven't seen it, maybe check it out, and subscribe for more strange builds. Thank you for watching, and see you soon.